All right. Well, like I say, finally I get my chance to share here, and I know a lot of you guys know me, and some of you guys know me from way back when, but that's then and this is now. And what I'm sharing tonight is from last year, January, when I got out of prison and I got home. This was my walk, and this is where I've come to right now. And the thing about this testimony is I have some pictures, and I'm going to go a little bit deep into what's happened to me because God's told me, I need to share this. And I've shared it with people on the street. I've shared it with my close family. But I need to share it with you guys because there's certain things in here that you guys need to know about me and how God can move in anybody. Okay, and what started out was January last year. I got out of prison on the 14th of January, and I had no place to stay. You put the first one up. Yeah, that's where I stayed. Okay, now where that is, that's in Stockton at the slough. It's off of Wilson and Charter Way. It's on the you can see the fence. It's on the top part of the slough. Okay, now the thing was, I got out. I had no place to stay. My family had their situations going, so I became instantly homeless with this situation. And I learned one thing when I was gone, and I learned faith. And everybody that knows me knows, I'll tell you off the bat, if you don't got faith, you don't got Christ in your life. Because faith is what keeps you moving. Faith is what keeps you going. And with me, it used to be the unseen in the faith, but I've seen so much that God showed me that it's just amazing. If you switch to the next one. There it is. Okay. That's a little bit more comfortable. There's the top part. That was the bottom. Okay. That was before the water came in and before the rain. That was like in June, around there somewhere. I still got my bike there and got my couch, and I had a backpack, and every day I rode from Stockton to Lodi to be with my family. And every night I had to be back there at a certain time, and that's what I did. And that's how come everybody that sees me, they're all, well, you can ride here? I'm like, yeah. They go, okay, well, then you can ride up there. And I'm like, all right, cool. It's no problem with me. But the thing about with this, okay, is there's certain things that happened out there that humbled me, that put me in my place with where I was supposed to be. And I got out, and I was all over Stockton. I met prostitutes that I preached to. I met gangbangers that I preached to that became my good friends. And it's like every single person that I talked to at the bus stop, every other word out of my mouth was about God. Okay, and I've talked to homeless guys out here, and they're all, how come you're so comfortable with where you're at? I go, because I've learned this is what God's given me. Okay? People that know me know I don't care about electronics. I don't care about electricity. I don't care about inside of a house. I never cared about none of that right now. Right now, I have that. But when I was there at this time, it didn't matter because I was in a program that took me 7 days a week I had to go to. Couldn't work right out the bat. And then I finally got a job and everything. I hit it on the next one. Okay. This is when I moved to Lodi. I don't know if a lot of you guys know the house, but where Food for Less is, coming off of Lower Sac, there used to be a big mansion there. In the garage, I was watching it for about 3 months, like scoping it out. Because when you're homeless, you got to scope out places to stay where you can come in and you can go out. This is what I found. And I was here for 5 months. Last year, I was there Halloween. One of my good friends came and stayed with me, and that's what I had right there. I'd go and eat at my dad's and at my friend's house and everything. But it was like I'd go in at night and I'd leave in the morning and I'd be with my family and stuff. And it's weird because this whole time I'm doing all of this, there was a guy there that was kind of, I don't know, ADHD and psycho in a way. And he ended up burning down the house. But before he did all of that, I talked to this man, and I told him, I was like, hey, you got this and this in the house. He goes, well, come on in, And I'm like, I didn't like the house because you guys know haunted houses. They're really scary, I really like that, but I didn't like it. And then I told him, I was like, how do you feel about God? You go to church? And he goes, well, I go to church once in a while, And I started talking to him and preaching to him basically and telling him this is what I do. I used to come from Stockton to here, and now I'm here, and he never bothered me, He never came in the thing. He'd always pass by and say hi. And then I met another gentleman that walked his dog every morning, and he looked in there one time, and I wasn't sleeping in there. I slept out on the front underneath of the trees out there, and then his dog kind of came in trying to bite me, and then he backed him up, and then we started talking. And he goes, well, what are you doing here? And I'm like, well, I'm homeless. I go, I don't have no place. I mean, my family's this and that. And he goes, well, are you okay? I was like, yeah, God's got my back, you know. I mean, God's had me ever since this. You know, he's had me for 4 years, 8 years. I mean, everybody's got their past, and everybody searches for what they want to do. But it's like I have had inside of me, in my spirit, what I needed to do this whole time. But the thing that opened me up was this journey that I took. And this journey that I took being homeless was, I used to always be out there, and I mean, I'm a nice guy, you know, I'll go out and I'll help anybody. It's like, I go out and I help people, but the thing about it, now they look at me and they're all, hey, you're not under the bridge no more, you're not over here, you know, you're doing good. Because where I live at now, I'll show you in a little bit, it's like they got the bridge and people see me there and they're like, oh, okay, you know, you did that. How'd you do that? And I was like, I didn't do it. Everything that happened in my life from when I got home until now was God. I couldn't do none of that stuff by myself. The last minute I got my job was the last minute on God's timing. Those of you guys that pray, oh, yes, I want it right now, you're not going to get it. You know that. You're not going to get it. I prayed and I went to interviews and I went to this and that. I even went to a Walmart interview and I got farther than any felon could get. And I got into it and they wanted to hire me and then boom, nope, couldn't get it. But that's okay because I went through that process for a reason. Because I got my background check for free. But no, it's okay though. All right, hit the next one. This is where I came here. This is what happened with everything that I went through. I made a decision in my life, and I took it total, complete, and I dedicated myself. And after this, a lot of you guys see my post and everything, and I say God first. After this, that's what I rushed for, because it was God first in every single thing in my life, and it was amazing what I did, because without the faith that I had, because God says, you know, have a faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Okay, I've moved families. I've moved friends. I've moved my dad, you know, everything. I mean, I got to talk to my mom when I first got home. I mean, everything was so blessed. It's just blessings completely with everything, you know. And coming here, it's like, I like this church. We go to the one on Sundays too now, Gravity Stockton, which is amazing. But I love this church because I can walk in here and I can see somebody I've known for 15 years, and they'll look at me and they'll go, you know what? You're good. You've changed. And I don't even think I've changed, but yet the way that I walk around, the way that I talk to people, the way that I move, I'll be riding my bike down the street and I'll just stop on somebody else. Hey, what's up? And my friends go, oh, you're going to talk to that girl? Look at her. I'm like, dude, she's got no shoes on. She's probably got no food, and I've got a soda in my pocket. Her husband's right there. Look, she's got kids, okay? That stuff matters. I mean, you see that and you don't stop, there's something wrong there. There's something not working in your heart, because God works in your heart, and every single part from head to toe is His Spirit. It says in the Bible, this is His temple, okay? All of us have made our mistakes. I've made my mistakes. I fall. Okay, everybody does, every single day. But you get back up and you ask God. You don't tell Him, okay, forgive me. No, you ask Him, because it's in His time to forgive you. It's not in yours. All right, hit up the next one. That's my house. That's my house. That's something, I mean, from when you saw in the tents, I mean, God's done amazing things in my life, and it took me 3 months to get to that spot. But that's like the right there, it's like we have stuff like barbecues for the Christian churches and stuff like that and everything, and I got a big screen where we have movie night, which, you know, we're going to have another one, but we have all that on the grass right there. And it's such a blessing to be there, because the lady that's there that manages the place, she runs a foundation for the kids in the George Washington Elementary School, where she brings backpacks and breads, and she does all of these amazing things, you know. And it's like, we got to talk, and we're good friends and stuff. And, you know, every day there's always something going on over there that's really good. I mean, people come in and people come out, and it's like, I had a barbecue one time, and I invited everybody, right? And I have my music up, and I play all Christian music. Okay, I'll get to that in just a minute. But I play all this music, and I'm playing it loud. And this is a park with older people in it. Okay, there's like 3 families that have kids. And I told the lady, Denise, I said, hey, has there been a problem? She goes, oh my gosh, no, you're like amazing. Everybody wants to go to your barbecue this next time. Everybody wants to come and see it, because you're just like playing all this music, and it's not like boom, 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 all this rap and all this kind of stuff, because, if it doesn't got Jesus in the mix, I don't want it. And I've learned that, and a lot of people, they trip on me because they know my old style music, but now it's like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But here's the next one. This is what God showed me. This picture, the dancer, my friend Brandon did it 23 years ago. I was going to put it on a record album and do the record and everything, but then I did this, B-Boy for Life, B-Boy for Christ. And what I did was I took my dancing, which those of you who know me, that's all that I've ever done, was dancing. And instead of in the clubs, instead of DJing in the bars, I switched it over because I started listening to Christian hip-hop like Bizzle and Seven, and there's a lot of them. And even the ones that they sing here, I mix. And it's some of the most amazing music. And to take your walk that you don't even know you're with Christ and then turn it all over for him. You go inside my house and it's like, you see, it's not typical. You got speakers everywhere. You got all this DJ setup, and you're like, my friends are, oh, what are you doing, man? Let's mix. And I'm like, okay, is there any cussing in your mixing? Is there any foul language? Is there any talking, crap, But they're, oh, yeah. But I said, okay, go mix out there, And then I'll play stuff and I'll make beats and I'll do stuff. And it's just like, it's an amazing movement because ever since I started this, I got to play music here. Sunday, I play music at Gravity in Stockton, which that's like a blessing because that just started and I got invited already, which is great. And the thing about it, anybody who's having a wedding here at Gravity, I already know I've DJ'd. And I'm DJing another one coming up, which that's a blessing because people ask me, they go, okay, well, how much? Okay, I could be a worldly DJ and say, well, $150. No, that's not what God wants. Okay, God wants everybody to have that day, that moment in their life special. Why are you going to take out of your pocket and have to pay extra for something that there is somebody out there that will give it to you and say, you know what? You supply what you need for me, I'll supply what I need for you. This is what God wants me to do, And that goes for anywhere you're at. You could be at a drive-thru, because I see these skits on Facebook about scaring people in a drive-thru. Don't scare somebody at a drive-thru. Get a couple crosses from the store, the necklaces. I don't care how much they cost, $10 a piece. So what? As you're sitting in the drive-thru and you're getting ready to go, okay, here, God bless you. Have a good day. You need to go to church. We got church in Stockton now, Gravity in Stockton is excellent because we've never had, when we go out to preach in Stockton and feed the homeless, never had a place to send them. Now we do. Look at God. Now we do. And that's amazing. Well, I don't want to take up much more time, but this is my life and this is me. And for you guys that know me, God bless you. I love all of you guys.